The dawn is breaking over there, and I can tell you I've just spent my first night in a new sleep system that combines a special hydrophobic down bag with a hooped bivvy bag. Is it the perfect sleep system for bike packing? We'll find out. Oh, yeah, not so good. There is now a big cloud of midges. This video is not turning out quite like I imagined it. Let's just see what it's... Oh my goodness me. I've got to get that over the Alps. I'm fully loaded but close to home, spending a Saturday night up high to test what I hope might be the best bivvy bag system for bike packing. Together with Liz, I spent almost 6 months hiking when we walked the length of America. Here we used a tarp on the rare occasions we needed something over our heads. The rest of the time we just bivvied. But Scotland in summer is different, particularly here on the west coast, because we have midges. And if you head out in an open tarp or regular bivvy bag, then those midges may very well eat you alive. The kit I'm testing is to ride the Torino-Nice Rally in September. That's 700 kilometers, mixing classic alpine road climbs with very rough military gravel tracks, possibly not dissimilar to this forestry climb near home. Tonight I will make mistakes. You'll see them and I'll learn from them, but feel free to point them out in the comments. But one thing I think I have got right, and that is 2/3 of the sleeping system. That's the sleeping bag and of course the bivvy bag. Before I unpack, a quick tour of the bike. The front bag, all the off-bike clothes, including warm stuff for an evening. It has chargers and stuff like that. The tools and spares are in the bottom part of the central bag, and the drone occupies the rest of that bag at the top. And everything in the back is what I need to camp and cook. Frankly, if I wasn't camping, if I was staying in hotels, that entire backpack could go. Typically, I think of bivvy bags as falling into 3 types. The most basic are little more than a cover, a rain jacket for your sleeping bag. They have the advantages of being light, cheap, and because your mouth is exposed, you get less condensation. But you are exposed to rain, unless you put a tarp over the top, and even then in Scotland, anywhere with mosquitoes, you will get bitten. So at first glance, the ones which cover you completely seem a better option. Except you have to leave a gap to breathe and to let condensation out. So rain can get in, insects get in, and these generate a lot of condensation. But then there's a third type, the hooped bivvy. But these have always had a weight problem. If you're into bike packing, check out the Ride Far website. The author likes the Outdoor Research Helium bivvy, the choice of many ultra riders. Now, I suspect Terra Nova has gone a step further with their new Jupiter Light, a reboot of the old Jupiter, but it's been on a diet. Everything here weighed just 570 grams. That's pegs and poles. And that is just 220 grams more than that red Alp Kit bivvy. So that makes this my choice, and I'm going to use it. This is going to be a good test because here I can't get the pegs in, and I figured that might happen in the Alps, and that's why I wasn't going to take my little lightweight tent, because it needs pegs to keep it up. So let's see if I can use this bivvy bag without. Now if I was stealth camping, I would just pull out my sleeping bag, stuff it in there, and that would be it. I could just sleep in it and all would be well. But with a bit of rain, I'm going to try and put in the hoop. Here's a thought, I can get one guy line on, but really I could do with something else to extend that with. Now you remember I said I hadn't got the sleep system completely sorted yet, and that's the cloud base from Alp Kit. Still not really sure about this. I'm going to try to get something lighter. They do actually have a lighter one,
but the problem with it is it's really bulky and it takes up all my pack. Oh, yeah, not so good. Right, well, don't do that. If you're going to fasten to the bike, lay the bike down or have it propped in such a way that it can't topple onto your head. Carry a wee poly bag to put my shoes in overnight. As it is, I'm going to put my rain jacket over the top because I don't want wet things inside here with me. Condensation is always going to be a bit of a problem in a bivvy bag. It's to do with the fact you exhale water vapor during the night and you perspire, your body perspires, and you need airflow to carry that water vapor away. That's why tarps are so good. That's why a tent has raised sides, so the airflow under the fly sheet just takes that water vapor away. This, of course, being a bag, it's got nowhere for it to go, but having an end like this does help to get a bit of airflow across the end here. But it also helps to have a sleeping bag like this, which has a rather special property.
The down inside this new Rab Neutrino 400 is hydrophobic. Normal down absorbs water from your body, even the air. This doesn't, and the bag is comfortable to -1 Celsius, rated to -7. This is the Rab bag I used on the Pacific Crest Trail 20 years ago, and I still use it. Back then, Rab put a waterproof coating on the shell of the bag, and some manufacturers still prefer to do that. Not all of them use hydrophobic down, and that could be sensible if the down is going to get wet consistently from ice or from snow. You shouldn't sleep out in the rain in this. But for the amount of dampness you might get in a bivvy bag, I think hydrophobic is the way to go. Oh, and always use a sleeping bag liner. These are much easier to keep clean than one of those.
I'm about 5'10" and a bit, and I can get myself well down in here. And then this, and there's actually a drawstring on this, elasticated drawstring. I could pull it in even more, but this is sheltering me from the wind-blown rain. Peeing. Now, normally in a tent I would use a pee bottle, but I would kneel, and you can't kneel in this, so it's going to require a certain amount of dexterity. The wind has dropped now. I'm fine in here, but outside there is now a big cloud of midges. I really would like to get out and fly the drone, but I think I'd be monstered. While this does protect me, I can't cook. I really should have set this up just before I wanted to go to sleep. So that's a very good lesson. Good morning. It's 10 to 5, and while I've had a comfortable night, it is a bit chilly outside, and that's good because at the moment it means no midges. While I'd like to have a lie-in, I think this is the time to get out, get some clothes on, and make sure I'm ready to go.
Trying to get shorts on while still in a bivvy bag is tricky. It's 6 Celsius outside, quite chilly, so I'm using my down jacket, always under a waterproof. There's also a heavy dew on all surfaces, so I'm pleasantly surprised how little condensation I find on the sleeping bag and inside the bivvy sack. The hoop and slight porch let me keep the door open all night. I'm packing these in separate dry bags, but I've since been told it's better to leave the pad and sleeping bag inside the bivvy and stuff all that together in the rear pack. Then it's faster to put together at night.
I'm really impressed with this bivvy bag. It's damp inside slightly, but not that much. Obviously, if it had been lashing down with rain, we'd be talking about a different matter. And rain's also like midges. It makes anything done with a bivvy bag that much more complicated, so avoid rain and just use it just as a shelter. In which case you could argue you could use just a simple bivvy bag, you don't need a hoop one, but then you start going around in circles.
I found this hoop bivvy and the hydrophobic down bag work extremely well together, and I expect I'll take both to the Alps. I will do more overnight tests with my kit for the Torino-Nice rally, and I will get better, especially if you share the benefit of your wisdom in the comments. Please follow my progress here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.